And now, direct from Las Vegas, it's Football Forecast Weekly.
Welcome to Football Forecast Weekly. Hi everyone, I'm Trip Mitchell. In just a second, I'm going to be joined by the #1 handicapper in Las Vegas, Dennis Tobler. Let's talk about college football action this weekend. We have two phenomenal games. The Georgia Bulldogs, a lot of people were picking them to beat Alabama for the national championship. Oops. They looked ahead. They lost their week 1 matchup with an ACC team in Clemson. They don't want to do that in week number 2. South Carolina, Georgia, this is a great matchup. Georgia obviously has to win if they're going to be in the discussion for a national championship game. You can lose during the season. Look at Alabama last year, but Georgia's got to win this week. A must win. South Carolina, let's talk about their roster. 25% of their scholarship players come from Georgia. That means, number one, they didn't get recruited by the Bulldogs and they had to go to South Carolina, or else they hated the Bulldogs and wanted to play for South Carolina. This is a huge game. Over in the Midwest, Michigan, Notre Dame, another big game. Michigan a little upset. Notre Dame has chosen not to schedule them. This game has been a great game since the early 80s. I've loved it. Now Notre Dame not going to be able to play against Michigan. This is a big game for Michigan. If they want to contend in the Big Ten, they have to win this game. It's a non-conference game, but really if they want to be a top team, this is a very important game for them. Notre Dame, quarterback is out. They're coming off a tragic, and I mean tragic, loss for Notre Dame fans in the BCS National Championship game. So this is a big game. Now we take it to the #1 handicapper in Vegas, Dennis Tobler. Go ahead, Dennis.
Working hard here at the office. The first week of NFL football. It couldn't be a more exciting time of the year. It certainly is great to be back at football season, and I can't wait for a profitable year. Speaking of profitable year, I want all of you out there, first of all, to be aware of the many programs we have designed to make you a winner this football season. Just click on one of the programs. I have all my handicap selections available. Trips tips are up there. We even have an over and under package for you. So we've got everything covered. Check out the site thoroughly and make sure you get on board early in the year for the maximization of your profit. All right, let's first of all take a look at the college action this week. South Carolina at Georgia. Yeah, Georgia's a 3-point home favorite. I'm afraid if Georgia loses this game, they're out of the national title contention race, and they just might lose this race. They're a 3-point home favorite, and their quarterback was named the #1 preseason all-conference quarterback. So a loss here at home will probably knock Georgia out of the mix, and it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. The second big game of the week this week is Notre Dame at Michigan. Michigan's the home team and favored by 3.5 in this one, and as usual, this will be a black and blue bruiser type of game. Notre Dame has a lot to play for here. They're coming back after losing the national championship game, a bit embarrassing, but they also only play weak competition after this game, so it's very important for them to win this one. So in this game here, looks like a toss-up to me, and whoever has the ball last may win it. So a field goal plus the 3.5 on Notre Dame's side may be the way to go. But remember to check out the programs that we have here on the website, because if you want to win this season, it takes a bankroll that is well managed to win at football for the course of the year. So back to you, Trip.
Well, Dennis, as usual, great information. And everything Dennis said about his website and all his gaming knowledge is so true. I've worked with Dennis for about 15 years. This guy is spot on, and I'm very lucky to be co-hosting the show with Dennis. Let's talk about two great matchups in the NFL. And you know what? There's so many great weekends in football. Opening weekend is typically one of my favorites. NFC East matchup. What gets any better than New York against Dallas? Now, Tony Romo signed that big contract during the offseason. This is such a crucial year for him. The knock on him, can't win a playoff game. So he not only has to have a great regular season, get Dallas into the playoffs in a very, very tough NFC. Many more quality teams in the NFC, but he's got to win a couple playoff games. New York Giants, Coach Coughlin is really not the nicest guy in the world. I have a lot of friends who played for him. But you know what? He's gotten 2 Super Bowl winners under his tenure at New York. And his defense is always very, very interesting. You don't see a lot during the preseason. He's going to come out very, very strong. And he's got a quarterback, again, who's won 2 Super Bowl championships. Should be a great matchup. And then out west, San Francisco, Green Bay. What's not to like about this game? Green Bay is a team that's won an NFL championship in the last couple of years, but Aaron Rodgers, he's getting short shrift in the quarterback department because of these young guns coming up. Colin Kaepernick at San Francisco, he's a player everyone wants to watch, but yet he's played less than 10 NFL games, so we'll see how he does in this matchup. And the other thing about San Francisco, they're a team that got to the Super Bowl last year, came very close to winning it, yet you know what? Most handicappers are picking Seattle, so they're not getting the credit they deserve. 2 great NFL teams not getting the credit. Week 1 matchup. Boy, it does not get any better than this. Speaking of someone who doesn't get any better than this, Dennis Tobler. Let's take it to you, Dennis.
Well, the start of NFL football is the start of the time everybody thinks every game is a big game. And every game certainly is a big game this weekend in the NFL. Some of the top marquee games, however, feature the Packers at the 49ers. The 49ers may be everybody's pick to win the Super Bowl, including mine, and they're 5-point home favorites playing the Packers. But don't forget, the Packers are still a very good team with a lot to play for, and 5 points seems to be overinflated from my point of view. I think that the Packers, with Rodgers throwing the ball, will get down the field enough to stay close with San Francisco. Could be a low-scoring game. I think I'll take the Packers plus the points in this matchup. Another big marquee matchup this weekend is the Giants at Dallas. This is always a barn burner, and it's always interesting to see what the former America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, have to put on the field this year. It just seems Tony Romo just can't get it done. I don't think he can get it done again. The Giants hide their defenses during preseason, and they go to Dallas as 3.5-point underdogs. A field goal here will probably win either side of it, so I'm going to take the Giants, I think, in this one, plus the 3.5. But every game on the board is an important one, and I have several plays on my money managed system. All you have to do is click the button at the bottom of the screen here and buy the week's plays. I've got 12 to 15 top college and NFL selections, and if you buy this week, we'll throw in next week free. So get on board with all of our winning programs. Check out the wager strategy page. Check out the free contest too. And make sure you check with us twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, for a new video as we cover the football season from a betting perspective. Back to you, Trip.
Dennis, as usual, great information. I want you to click on Trip's Picks if you want some great information from me. What I've done is compiled all my contacts through 25 years of being a sportscaster. I talk to a lot of people each week. I look at the lines, look at the information, look at the trends, and I come up with my top picks for Saturday in college football, Sunday in the pros, and then Monday night. All that information for you by just clicking on Trip's Picks. Well, Dennis, it's been a great week. Be sure to stay tuned to this website for some more wonderful information as the football season progresses. We'll have a brand new show on Thursday for you. For Dennis Tobler, the #1 handicapper in Vegas, I'm Trip Mitchell. Thanks for watching.